Most men think foreplay is just about touching her body or going straight for oral sex. But here's the hard truth. If that's all you do, you're missing the single most powerful way to awaken her desire. In this video, I'm going to show you a foreplay technique that always works. Fast, reliable, and deeply pleasurable for any woman. Not only will it turn her on quickly, but it will also make sex more enjoyable and lead to stronger orgasms later. And here's the bonus. You'll stop seeing foreplay as a chore. Instead, you'll enjoy it yourself. You'll feel more connected, more aroused, and more masculine in the process. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe right now if you want more practical, no-nonsense wisdom that will change the way you connect with women forever. Most men approach foreplay with the same 4 habits, and none of them truly work. Let's break it down. 1. Oral sex. So many men think going down on her is the ultimate foreplay. But here's the reality. Oral sex is already sex. If she isn't aroused yet, it won't feel that good. It puts pressure on her to respond when her body isn't ready. Oral is wonderful later, but it's not the starting point. 2. Random touching. A light caress here, a quick grab there. It's either too weak or too clumsy. Sure, it shows affection, but it doesn't generate the deep arousal she needs. 3. Massage. Massage relaxes her, yes, but it doesn't excite her. It's useful for helping her feel safe, but it's not the engine that drives her sexual fire. 4. Mental stimulation. Talking dirty, role play, or fantasies. These can be fun, but they keep her in her head, not in her body. And when she's in her head, her pleasure is inconsistent at best. If you're guilty of any of these, don't worry. You're not alone. Most men rely on them because no one ever taught us better. But keep watching, because I'll show you a method that makes everything else look weak in comparison. So if oral, random touching, massage, and mental tricks aren't enough, what actually works? I call it body-to-body flow. Here's what it looks like. You don't just touch her with your hands. You bring your whole body into contact with hers. Your chest, your stomach, your arms, your face. All of you flowing over all of her. It's not mechanical. It's not a checklist. It's you moving with her curves, kissing, caressing, holding, savoring every part of her body, as if you're drinking her in. And here's the magic. She feels massive sensations all over her body at once, instead of little scattered touches, desired and sexy, because you're enjoying her body, not just doing a job. Deep intimacy, because the closeness is undeniable. Truly handled in your masculine presence, which is intensely arousing. This combination always works. It awakens her body directly, without tricks, without pressure. And the more you enjoy it, the more she feels desired, turning foreplay into something both of you crave. If you're still here, it means you care about getting this right. Do me a favor. Hit the like button so more men can finally learn what real foreplay is about. You might be wondering, why does this technique succeed where the others fail? The answer is simple. It combines everything a woman's body and mind need for arousal, all at the same time. Here's the breakdown. 1. Full body stimulation. When your entire body is pressed and flowing over hers, it's like one giant hand covering every inch of her. Instead of weak, scattered touches, she experiences waves of sensation everywhere at once. 2. She feels desired. As you move over her curves, savoring her skin, she feels sexy and admired. This isn't you rushing through a routine, it's you indulging in her. That feeling alone is a massive turn-on. 3. intimacy, plus arousal. Close body contact doesn't just create physical pleasure, it makes her feel safe, loved, and connected. That emotional layer amplifies the physical arousal. 4. Masculine presence. When you confidently guide her body with yours, she feels your strength, your intent, and your passion. That's the energy women crave. It awakens something primal in her. 5. Genuine enjoyment. She can tell when you're doing foreplay like a chore. But when you're truly enjoying her body, she feels it, and her arousal skyrockets. This is why body-to-body flow always works. It's not about tricks. It's about immersion, intimacy, and raw connection. Now you may be thinking, so do I just lie on top of her and move around? Not quite. There's an art to this, and when you do it right, it becomes unstoppable. Here's how to master it step by step. 1. Hands with intention. Your touch should never be half-hearted. Use your hands to explore her body with strength and confidence, but also with sensitivity. Weak brushing feels careless, while rough grabbing feels aggressive. Aim for firm, deliberate, sensual touch. 2. Erotic kissing. Don't just peck at her lips or neck. Kiss her body with passion, her shoulders, her collarbone, her breasts, her stomach. Let your lips and tongue communicate desire. 3. Breasts and nipples. These are not just spots to touch. They're key pleasure centers. Use your hands and mouth skillfully, alternating pressure, pace, and rhythm. Done right, this alone can make her melt. 4. Erogenous zones. Her curves hide dozens of pleasure points. The back of her neck, her inner thighs, her lower back, even behind her knees. Learn them and flow through them like you're mapping her body with devotion. 5. Flow with your whole body. This is not about staying still. You move with her, press into her, glide over her in rhythm. Each movement is deliberate, smooth, and connected. Never rushed, never clunky. When all of these elements merge into one seamless flow, you're not doing foreplay techniques one by one. You're delivering a full-body power cocktail of sensation and intimacy that no woman can resist. Quick reminder, if this is opening your eyes, subscribe to Stoic Wisdom right now, so you never miss techniques that actually transform your intimacy. Now, let's be honest. No technique works if the timing is wrong. If she's stressed, upset, or emotionally closed off, her body won't respond. But in normal circumstances, this method is the most reliable foreplay you'll ever use. The key is calibration. Every woman has her own rhythm. Some crave stronger, faster, more passionate intensity, being held firmly, kissed deeply, almost consumed by you. Others prefer a gentler, slower, more loving build-up, where each movement feels like worship. And many women need both, depending on the day and the mood. The technique stays the same. You just adjust the settings. Think of it like music. The melody is identical, but sometimes the volume and tempo change. Another thing, this technique isn't just about turning her on, it actually rewires her experience of sex. I've seen women who used to struggle with arousal, or who needed complicated routines, suddenly open up with this method. For some, it only takes a few minutes. For others, it unlocks levels of pleasure they've never felt before. And here's the golden rule. Never get stuck on one way that works. If you repeat the exact same pattern every time, she'll get bored, like listening to a broken playlist. Variety is essential. Front, back, spooning, standing. Each position creates new layers of sensation and intimacy. When you combine all of this, calibration, variety, and genuine presence, you're not just doing foreplay. You're creating an experience she'll crave again and again. There's one more thing you need to remember. Otherwise, even this powerful technique will stop working. Women hate it when you find one move that excites them, and then you just repeat it endlessly, like a broken record. Desire thrives on variety, surprise, and presence. That's why body-to-body flow is so effective. You can shift positions, change pace, play between slow and intimate or wild and primal. But here's the mistake most men make. They become mechanical. They focus on doing it right instead of feeling it. When that happens, she feels like you're checking boxes, not connecting. And nothing kills arousal faster than a man who seems distracted or detached. So remember this, it's not about technique, it's about immersion. When you bring your whole body, your whole presence, and your whole desire, she will feel it. That's when foreplay stops being a chore and becomes the fire that fuels unforgettable sex. Now, let's shift gears for a moment, because foreplay isn't the only factor that shapes your sex life. Your daily habits as a man play a massive role in how strong, reliable, and lasting your performance is. Most men assume that after 40, their sex drive naturally declines. But the truth is, lifestyle and habits often matter more than age. Poor diet, lack of exercise, chronic stress, and yes, even the way you masturbate can all weaken your erections and desire. Let's talk about one of the biggest hidden problems, the death grip. This is when you use a super tight, vice-like grip during masturbation, often combined with porn. Sure, it feels intense in the moment, but over time it trains your brain and your penis to only respond to that level of pressure. The result? When you're with a real woman, her natural touch doesn't feel stimulating enough. Your arousal drops, your erection weakens, and sometimes you can't even finish. Many men call this porn-induced ED, and they don't even realize it's self-inflicted. Another issue is speed. Most guys masturbate fast, as a quick stress release. But this programs your body to finish quickly, like sprint training. Then in the bedroom, you struggle with stamina, because your nervous system has been conditioned to rush. So what's the solution? One of the best techniques is edging. This means bringing yourself close to orgasm, stopping before climax, and repeating this cycle. Over time, edging retrains your brain to handle more stimulation, builds stamina, increases control, and even boosts testosterone naturally. Here's the key takeaway. Your penis is not a machine. It's part of a whole system. Your brain, your hormones, your emotions, your habits. If one part is off, everything suffers. That's why I always tell men, be mindful of how you self-stimulate. Slow down. Ditch the death grip. Vary your techniques. Treat masturbation as practice for real intimacy, not just a mechanical release. Because at the end of the day, sex isn't about release. It's about connection. And if you want to give women the kind of unforgettable foreplay we talked about earlier, your own sexual foundation needs to be strong, healthy, and responsive. If you found this eye-opening, don't just leave with knowledge, take action. Subscribe now to Stoic Dating Code, because this channel is where we turn timeless philosophy and science into modern masculine power. Done right, you'll not only give her the best foreplay of her life, you'll reclaim your own vitality as a man.